G'day guys, how you doing? It's the Kiwi, and surprise, surprise, I'm still around. My apologies for not doing a video recently. There's just been a lot going on in my world. I mean, a lot. So as you can see, I am driving a left-hand drive car and driving down the right side of the road. We're on the right-hand side of the road. Yep, I am back in the United States of America. I had the opportunity to fly back to the United States April this year, and I took it. I got the hell out of New Zealand. All I can tell you, it just wasn't working for me down there. Just between the whole lockdown stuff and just the buffoonery that's going on down in that part of the world as far as the New Zealand government is concerned and everything, it just started to feel really, really claustrophobic for me. I just didn't like it. I learned very, very quickly the reasons why I wanted to move away from New Zealand in the first place back in the early 90s. So anyway, I'm currently living up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Washington State. We're actually heading right now, I'm heading up into the Olympia National Park, or the Olympic National Forest. I've been up here a few times over the last couple of months, but I'll explain more to you when we get a little further into the wilderness. Alrighty, I'll be back at you here in a little bit, fellas. Cheers. Just in case you guys thought I might be a little full of doo-doo, there it is, Olympic National Forest. So I'm heading a little further, actually a lot further, up into the foothills of the Olympic National Forest, and yeah, we'll do the video up there. Alrighty, it's beautiful, freaking love it. Alrighty, we made it. So, came up from here. You could carry on all the way up through there, but heading up through there, it starts getting a little, I got to set the little Subaru up to do a little bit better up in that terrain, which I more than likely will do over the next few months. But anyway, this is part of, or one part of the area that I come up to. It's just absolutely freaking beautiful up here. I've been up here, this is the 4th time I've been up here. And out of the 4 times I've been up here, there's only been one other couple up here. But since the last time I was up here, the snow melt has actually subsided somewhat, so the river level is down. Like I said, it's just beautiful. It really, really is. And you're not going to believe this. This is about a 35-40 minute drive from where I live. So right now I'm in the Olympic National Forest, and like I said, this sorry guys, And this is, like I said, it's about a 35-40 minute drive from where I live. So I can come up here after work in the summertime, just up to this one very spot, and just chill out up here and process stuff. And that's what I've been doing over the last it's just what I've been doing over the last couple of months. It's just processing stuff, figuring stuff out, all that sort of things. Full disclosure, I'm actually starting all over again. True story. That's all good. I'm going to do videos about that stuff also, about starting over and the actual benefits of that in many respects, because you could look at it like starting over again as something that's a real negative, but it's actually a real positive, because down in New Zealand I learned a huge amount about how everything works. I learned a huge amount, and when I mean everything, I mean like all of this stuff. Definitely going to keep the channel going 100%. I was moved up to this part of the world April 15th when I got to the United States, and since I've been up here I got myself a job, got myself a very nice reliable car, got myself a place, got myself a new TIG welder, got all my tools and equipment out here, which is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Lou. I do appreciate that tremendously, seriously. Just to give you an idea, last time I was up here, all this whole area right through here, this was just all water. So I think I might get the tripod. I think I've got a really good spot here that I can stand at, kind of about this area, about here. Got some good scenery behind you. I'll finish doing the video right here. You know what? No, I'll walk around. How does that sound? We'll walk around a little bit. So, yeah, like I said, there's been some very, very transformative stuff going on in my world. And that is actually the God's honest truth. And when I mean transformative, I mean that in a positive sense. And this stuff I'm actually going to share with you guys. There's a lot of stuff that I figured out while I was down in New Zealand that nobody talks about. I'm going to talk about the world of opposites and how everything works. I've had a couple of people actually ask me about the whole COVID situation. I'll talk about that. And the reason why I'll talk about these subjects is as we work through these subjects, you'll start to see just how everything works. And the reason why I want to share that with you guys is so you don't go out into the world blindly. The other aspect too is the reason why I want to share myself rebuilding my life is so you can see that it can be done. Once we understand how things serve us, once we understand how this whole world of opposites works and how it's there for us to learn from and for us to grow from. You're not going to believe this. Beginning of this year, I did my first ever acid trip. So I'll be sharing with you guys that experience. And the amazing thing about that is I actually have to share with you what happened when I died, okay? And when I share that with you, then share what happened on the acid trip. That will really, really explain to you why I am where I am and doing what I'm doing now. I honestly have to say that the whole, and I'm not a druggie or anything like that, it was just one of those things that I decided to give it a shot. 53 years of age, man. You got to try something, you know, and it has actually been incredibly beneficial. It feels like it really feels like it transformed my life. It certainly, what it did, what that experience did, was it actually killed off a huge amount of my ego and like recentered my brain into what is important. This is important. Look at this. It's really pretty incredible, because what had happened is I'd gotten so focused on trying to make a name for myself in the industry. Sorry about that, guys. It's the camera. Let me start over again. So what it did was it recentered my mind. It killed off my ego and has given me the ability to take these massive steps back in my life and to really start looking at my life in a completely new way, in a completely different, just from a completely different perspective. I've become so focused on trying to make a name for myself as a car builder, as a hot rodder, and everything like that, that I'd lost track of really what was really important to me. I really mean that. I really, really do. And it's just doing that just really, really helped recenter me as an individual, my mind, body, spirit, soul, whatever. Whatever you want to call that. And it's just been absolutely incredible. And how life has rebuilt itself, or should I say how my life is rebuilding itself, is been, it's been mind-blowing, man. It's been mind-blowing. It's warm up here. Unbelievable. So I've got a huge amount of material to share with you guys. Got a huge amount of knowledge and information. Pretty mind-blowing stuff, actually. Really, genuinely, very, very mind-blowing. Blew my mind. So this was just a quick little video, just kind of a heads up video, so you guys know that everything's okay, that everything is moving forward very, very quietly and very, very nicely. And life is good. Life is very, very good. I am incredibly fortunate to all of this, for helping rebuild or start the process of redirecting my life. So yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to share this stuff with you guys, and we'll keep the channel going. We'll keep it moving forward. Any of the questions that you fellas have, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you in videos. I'm setting everything up to be able to do more of this stuff. And I might even contemplate starting a podcast. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. We'll just see how things go over the rest of this year. I would genuinely like to be able to build the channel. It was hopeless trying to do anything in New Zealand. The censorship in New Zealand is off the hands. The censorship in New Zealand is just off the charts. It's ridiculous what's going on in New Zealand. New Zealand is literally being ran. New Zealand's literally being ran by a Marxist government. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. And there's no more conservative side to New Zealand or the political spectrum in New Zealand anymore. It's from the centre all the way out to the, as far out to the left that you could ever possibly go. And it's insanity, man. It's insanity. And it's a shame. It really, really is. New Zealand is a beautiful country. It's an incredible country. It's beautiful to visit. I'll do a video about New Zealand and the reasons why I moved away. It just has to do with the geographical nature of the country, where it is in the world, and just what's going on down there politically and everything. But yeah, we'll be keeping stuff super duper positive, man. Super duper positive. But anyway, let's have another look at this stuff. I was up here, like I said, I was up here a couple of months ago, and in all honesty, like the water level was halfway up here, and you can kind of see where the water level has been on that little island in there. It actually looks like some people have made a bit of a dam that you can walk across to get onto that little island. Let's see what's going on there, huh? Let's have a McSquizzy. That's a term that I use for wanting to have a look at something. So let's go. See that fancy footwork. Now this is really cool. Like, you could not get up in and around these areas. Like, there's a sweet little swimming hole down in there. Very, very cool. And actually just up in there you can see some trails and what have you. Up and behind there is actually a little camping area. That'll be something else that I'll be doing, is actually buying some camping equipment and what have you when I get a little bit more money sorted out. But yeah, man, freaking unreal, huh? I've spent more time in the last 4 months up here and fiddling around and just chilling and thinking about life and processing stuff than in the entire 2 years that I was in New Zealand. Shit was just out of hand in New Zealand, man. Flying into that country after the terrorist attack in Christchurch, that was disgusting, man. I mean, seriously, that was disgusting. It was like the New Zealand Prime Minister literally was stomping all over the graves of dead, innocent people, all for the sake of political agendas. Yeah. When I saw what was going on down there in a couple of days, it didn't take long. It was, like I said, it was about 6 months. 6 months into living down there, I realized the reasons why I moved away from New Zealand. You can escape all that sort of political stupidity in this country because it's so big. It's like, seriously, guys? And a lot of Americans might have a hard time with this, but it's like, honestly, this country is so big that you feel like you can breathe, like you can get away to areas and escape all the stupidity. You can move to areas where there's people that just want to live their lives. They don't get caught up in the political buffoonery. They just want to do their thing, be happy, and chill. And I mean, look at this. I mean, holy heck, man. America is absolutely, I swear, America honestly is one of the most incredible countries on the face of the earth. It really is. It's amazing. So anyway, like I said, it was just a catch-up video to let you know, guys, everything's good. And if you've got any questions, leave it in the comments section below, and I will certainly do the best to answer those questions for you. So I will be back, and I'll be back soon. I'll be back. Take it easy, fellas. Cheers.